Three, two, one.
This evening, I'm getting ready to do a little reading for the evening. Why don't you join me? Today, I'm reading The Spook Who Sat by the Door. Sit back, settle in, and relax. Page 35. Tell you something about that man, though. People don't give him no shit. He move quiet, don't say nothing, but I seen some bad cats move around him. This cat owed me the bread. He don't want to pay it. I don't tell him nothing about what you say his name. Freeman? I don't say nothing about him being my man. I just took him there before we make it to the hotel, and maybe he wants some action. I get a cut. The cat owed me start to get a little off the wall about the bread. Then he look at Freeman. He just standing there watching the crap game. Quiet, ain't bothering nobody. But this cat owes me the bread. Look at him, and then look at me. And baby, he give me the bread. And that cat, one of the baddest men in D.C., he make it to Freeman, to a Freeman. But he don't want no part of him. He ain't my man, and it wasn't his scene. But I thought about it, and if I had trouble that night, he be in it. And he ain't romantic about chicks on the block. Never comes on like a social worker. How a nice girl like you get into this shit? Let me take you out of it, baby. None of that shit. I'm a whore, and he knows it. But he treats me like a queen. I think he puts me on for a long time, and then I get to like it. He can put me on as long as he wants. I dig the way he treats me. I'm a whore. He knows it. I know it. But when I'm with him, he makes me feel like a queen. What about his sexual habits? Anything, well, unusual? She looked at him through narrowed eyes. So that you're seeing? Well, baby, 20 bills ain't enough for no freaks. Come again. Little more bread, dig? I know some chicks don't deal in nothing but freakish tricks. But that ain't my scene. And don't start no shit about the man. I ain't on junk, and I can always get my hat and make it to Baltimore, dig? He gave her another 20, blushed furiously, and damned the woman for sensing what no one else knew, that he enjoyed this part of his job to his shame. Nothing fancy, little straight up and down mostly. Blowjobs ain't his scene. He don't mind a little head now and then, but before the deal goes down, he wants to make it straight. No way out positions or jazz, whips and wet towels, no gimmicks. He just like to screw, baby. Now don't be disappointed. Now I could tell you about some real freaks. I got a trick, white boy like you, come down here once a week just to listen, get his cookies every time. You want to hear some scenes, honey? Or maybe you want me to get a show together. Straight, gay, or both. Anything you want, baby. They were sitting in the back booth for a long, narrow, and very dark bar on U Street. She stroked his thigh and confirmed his excitement. This was the easiest trick she had in a week. She wondered how much she could milk him for. Would you say that he might have homosexual tendencies? She threw her pretty black head back and laughed. Him? Man, you're wasting your time there. He wouldn't make that scene for nothing. If you got a thing for him, look someplace else. Shit, I ought to know what I'm talking about. I make it that way myself, and it takes one to know one. Anybody could turn me straight. It could be him. I mean, he don't need no fake scenes, and he just want a good professional job. But sometimes he really turns me on, and I ain't had no thing for a man in years. No, baby, he ain't gay. But if that was your scene, I know somebody you might dig. She continued to stroke his thigh. Or, baby, I could do things for you. She leaned over, whispering in his ear, and told him in detail what she could do. He backed into the corner of the booth, but continued to listen. Suddenly, he gripped her thigh with one hand and groaned. She moved away, looked at him, and in contempt, and then she lit a cigarette. He lay back against the corner of the booth until the color returned to his face and a thin film of perspiration on it. She crossed her legs and moved her foot in time to Sunny Stitt on the jukebox. She liked this joint. They had good sounds here. He sat up and wiped his face with a handkerchief, looking around nervously. No one was paying the slightest attention to the booth. She moved toward the back of the bar. The John back there. He started to slide across the bench of the booth. You forgetting something, honey?